Throw gang, welcome to the weekly running of the boys with the core four of the only podcast that matters. We are joined by the Baron of the Bandana, Larry, the Pal Prince, Chuck, the Hattori Hanzo of the Digital Kitchen, Chef Shami, and the Nigo, if you know, Jimmy. That was the worst one. I couldn't think of anything last minute like that.
That's weird.
I was whipping this up as we were noodling.
I feel like if anyone would be a bullseye, it would be you for yourself.
I'm just thinking of the greater good, like people who don't golf.
Yeah. Don't do that again. I'm not going to have this conversation. Basically, for 10 minutes, I was advocating for the sport of golf, particularly professional golf.
I think golf is just
the majors, particularly the Masters.
Golf is just white supremacy through and through. About it.
Yeah.
It really is. Truly is.
I wasn't necessarily trying to defend it in that respect, but just more as a thing that is fun to watch while drinking on television.
Watching golf is the worst part of golf. Playing golf is fine. Watching golf is truly the worst fucking part.
All right. Well, we don't need. Listen, this isn't Barstool Sports. This is the only podcast that matters. This is Throwing Fits, and we are going to do a fit check with the boys. Last week I started at the lower levels and we worked our way up to management. I think this week we'll start with
top down.
Yeah, we'll go top down.
I'll go bottom up
as far as seniority is concerned. So James,
nothing on the footsies. I'm wearing a very special pair of shorts. I don't know if I should show them or not.
Why?
Because they were previewed on socials. Because they're the shorts.
Oh, the shorts.
Yeah. Should I give a little peekaboo for 10 and 20?
If you pay $10 or $20, you can fucking see the shorts.
I see them on those gams.
You see?
Yeah, they're good. They're very fucking good. This kid killed.
So,
what's it? Big Bean?
Big Bean. Shout out Big Bean.
Is he a patron?
I don't know, but Ben, he fucks with the show heavy. Ben something, chorizoburrito.org.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we're trying to work on making these widely available. So, TBD.
It's impossible to find hunter green mesh shorts with pockets, which are all the things that we feel are
of a desirable length.
Right, which are all necessary components to the Voltron short of the summer that we would like to get into people's hands before summer is up. So that's what we're dealing with right now.
Yeah,
but very nice.
But I think champion shorts have always been a shorts and hoodie season staple. So these could go through September, October.
Yeah, for sure.
But no, we want to get these in the hands of Throw Gang. So
we're working on it.
I've been wearing them 2 days straight. I have your guys' pair, so I have your guys' Throwing Fits champion shorts. I have some Jonah Hill band t-shirts, and I have some jüicy suvies that I just got to get in your hand somehow.
And I have all the Good Art jewelry. Yo, shout out Good Art. Good Art fucking talk about a care package.
Tasteful chrome hearts.
Worth its weight in sterling silver. God damn. We were looking at some of the MSRP on some of these pieces. Yeah. Shit is hitting, bro. So I got that. I got that for the boys ready to go. Shout out Good Art. We are getting flow.
Yeah.
Because we are very good at what we do, and that includes releasing merch. I hope these can come out. No promises.
Yeah. We're working on it. We got Rylan the merchman. Yeah,
he's doing R&D like crazy right now.
And I got the stickers right here. Maybe I'll throw it on my mic. Would that be corny?
A sticker on your mic?
I don't know. I'm not going to put it on my Nalgene or laptop.
That was funny when Dunk was like, "Yo, stickers hit. Where should I put it?" And where did you tell him?
I said, put it on your Bloomberg terminal.
That was pretty fucking funny. He kind of got his ass.
Show these warlords what you're really doing.
Anyway, more merch coming. Please allow Rylan time in the laboratory to do the proper R&D. No fugazi, no fugazi, no it's a wazi, no it's a woozy. The only merch that matters from the only podcast that matters. You know the fucking vibes. James, what's the T?
And I know
you are. This is fucking. I'm so pissed that you got this.
What?
We'll talk about
the T-shirt. Is a vintage Dennis Rodman tee. It's got his 3 hairstyles across. It's 3 squares across. You'll see it in the promo pic. And for those of you who are Big Gang and Feed the Groms, you'll see it on video if that's your medium of choice for consuming this, the only podcast that matters,
and supporting the homies.
And for supporting the homies. And yeah, it is a bit tight, but I've been working on my physique a little bit.
Nike tee?
I don't think so.
Really?
This is a straight.
She said Rodman. It's just Rodman merch.
Clue hair.
Wait.
No, sorry. Blue hair.
So that must have been
manufactured and distributed by Blue Hair Productions.
So
1997.
Somebody looked that up.
Licensed by Dennis K. Rodman.
Huh, interesting. I wonder if that was a company related to him. If that was a hair dye company he was an ambassador for. Who's to say?
Or if it's just like sick alt merch. I don't know. And then the panties per usual, Hanes boxers.
Okay, let's throw it to Chuck. We are in the throes of the NBA playoffs. Much like Drake comes alive in the nighttime, you come alive during the NBA playoffs. How do you feel, dude? Have you been keeping up with Sprots?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. The Bucks were not looking good today.
No, they did. I watched that. They didn't look good at all.
Did you catch the story of the real reason why the Suns went 8-0?
Yeah.
I have no unless Devin Booker has a comment on that. I don't have a comment.
Oh, really? You don't speak for your boy D Book?
I'm not gonna speak for the man that I stand.
They got fucking slopped up, dude.
Yeah.
Shout out the fucking Suns, my new favorite.
Was that in the bubble?
My only comment on that was
no, that couldn't have been in the bubble.
Why not?
This bitch was sucking fucking 8 dudes off in the bubble. That seems like not
7.
protocol. 7.
They're allowed to bring in people who they like have known on an intimate nature.
It was definitely. I think it was.
And she was saying that she was saying that she. I mean, maybe but she was saying that she was hooking up with a person that worked for the team, and then all 7 players walked in.
No, it definitely felt like a pre-COVID because they were in the hotel already. She was getting her cheeks fucking smashed. The team came in halfway. D-Book went first,
like a full court,
like a true alpha, and then they had a full court scrimmage.
I think a true alpha would let his boys eat first, but we don't have to get into that, especially in the free 10-minute preview that everyone's going to hear.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think that would be like one of those debates that is a true, like, a
true alpha of the pride would take down the hunt. And then just be like,
and let his boys eat, join forces with the Kings, and they ate all day. I mean, I think that's a difference between me and you, right? This is the duality of man that we speak about, the yin and the yang, the Larry and the Jimmy. 2 sides of the same coin.
That should be the next merch, is a yin yang of our names.
No, that's a terrible idea. I don't know if we can do it Hunter Green. Maybe it'll fucking fly off the shelves.
Do we do Chuck's Fit?
No. So Chuck, you're not bummed that you have to pod right now. I mean, I get you're probably watching basketball.
Are you streaming right now?
Yeah.
Do you have 2 computers up?
Oh, yeah?
Speaking of back cam, flip the cam.
My man's got TNT on the Bloomberg terminal. Ready, fucking going from dunk. You got the
I'm watching TNT. We know drama, baby.
Yeah.
What apartment
characters welcome. TF characters welcome.
What apartment are you in right now?
I'm in mine, the one or yours.
Oh yeah.
You're not at the home. When does Chef bleep this? When does back into town?
Soon. I gotta vacuum up all the blunt guts and shit.
Have you been a good house guest for the most part? Probably, right? You're respectful.
I'm not gonna get into detail, but I think so.
Are you hosting your happy hour IG live from the homie spot tomorrow?
I think I will, because I just really annoy Lily, my girlfriend, and I don't want to do.
Have you had sex in his apartment?
No.
That would be so. He would never even admit that. This man is not that disrespectful.
So you're just dumping blunt guts everywhere.
I streamed there a couple times.
Dump in the blunt guts.
But that was it.
Oh,
you streamed there from your pal shit?
Yeah.
Okay.
I took the rig. We went mobile.
Does he have a better tour. TV or something?
He has the thing that he has that really makes me want to go there all the time is AC.
You don't have AC?
No, it's just better AC.
Oh, he's like central air.
It's like central AC.
Word.
You can put the shit to 69.
His crib has some nice vibes. Has house sitting his crib or spending time there inspired you to do anything with your crib? Like maybe paint the walls from from piss yellow to
new
white. Okay. Do you need a guarantor?
Yeah.
Next one. All right, I got you.
Wait, there's going to be a lot of interesting apartment talk because, I guess I don't know if we'll talk about this, but Chef is moving as we speak. Chef is going to be out when?
Next week.
No longer in Manhattan, but we'll touch all this later. So Chuck, let's get back to the fit check, the matter in hand. Anything on the feats?
I'm glad we talked a little bit because I went back to the old me and there's not much to report today. Uniqlo underwear. I switched up a little bit. Carhartt tee for today.
Nice, thank you.
I put the Gildan
Carhartt WAP.
I gave it a break.
Yeah.
Carhartt WAP. No. That's it.
Wet ass pocket tee.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. And then what pants are you wearing?
None.
For real?
Oh, that's what you mean. You're wearing boxer briefs and a t-shirt.
Yeah. I'm sitting on this Snoopy blanket that my aunt gave me for Christmas.
Yo, hold it up for the people.
Yeah.
Snoopy.
Oh shit.
The juicy Snoopy.
Yes. That's a Kith collab, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, is that Supreme Fall Winter 20?
Yeah, is that Supreme Smurfs? All right, thank you, Chuck. Chef, as you bid farewell and you give a final eulogy for your beautiful Soho bachelor pad.
Yo, nothing.
Hello.
Nothing. Sorry, I was just like in another world of rage reading that fucking LinkedIn post.
Oh yeah.
Oh, bro, that's it's so bad, dude.
Coming back to my friends now.
Okay, yeah, seriously.
Come to your happy place.
Yeah. On the feet, I got nothing on the feet. I'm moving right now. I packed up literally all my clothes yesterday, actually, so I don't have a lot of shit. But I'm wearing the Noah runners and just a Uniqlo UYT.
That's all you need.
Nice.
No pennies.
Balls on brains.
Yep.
Hell yeah. Speaking of balls on brains, I am also not wearing any footwear. Yo, Quar or whatever this is, because we're not really in Quar, but and while I love this whole situation we have with like the easy way to like get video of these things and our weekly catch-ups, no footwear in a fit check in ages at all for anybody.
We could like fake the funk. Like I had some like you could like just put on shoes for the fit check. I'm not wearing
capping. This podcast will never cap.
That's true. We're no cap pod.
Yeah. No way. But yeah, I feel like people haven't gotten like cool, super tasteful, esoteric, if you know, footwear and or sock recommendations in a very long time. So hopefully, I wonder if someone will cancel their Patreon because that was like the one thing they needed
did it for the footwear.
And they were completely let down and led astray by the goddamn motherfucking boys. I'm doing baggies, balls on brains. Speaking of Sprots. And my point that I was trying to make with golf was that it reminds, at least for me, it reminds me a lot of tennis, and that is like an individual sport, 4 majors. That's kind of like the way, I associate them, and this whole pod is very pro tennis.
Yes,
clearly. We're
going to play doubles. We're going to play doubles. We're going to capture some content.
Yes.
Hang with the boys. Drink some cold beers after.
Right. Maybe even create some content. But the reason I bring that up for our friends at the $5 support the homies level who can't see me right now, I'm wearing a tennis themed Gitman vintage camp. The pattern matching is not great. I would like that to be a little bit better. But this was a shirt that I wanted. I always wanted to get, and then it sold out, and I missed.
Is it a few years? Or
so it's a couple years old, or maybe just like a year or two. And
Gitman vintage is just sleeper, constant sleeper.
Bro, the best,
constantly slept on.
Some of the best cam collar shirts that you can buy, if not the best. Always weird, always tasteful, always cool. This was part of their warehouse sale. They must have. I thought I was late to it, but I said, "What the hell? I'll check it out." Excuse me. First thing was this joint in my size, and I was like, "Fucking say less, $100 done." Yeah. If Gitman Vintage is listening, I think they just followed me on Instagram. We should be on Flow Team.
The pod. We should absolutely be on Flow Team.
We absolutely need to be on Flow Team. But
I saw one of them at Capsule. One of them was getting after it at the strip club at the Spearmint Rhino in Vegas. Just fucking.
Well, don't fucking put them on blast right after we request.
No, it was cool. It was cool. It was awesome.
We request the fucking powwow.
It was my first time at like a big deal strip club, like a big Spearmint Rhino in Vegas.
Spearmint Rhino is the best strip club in Vegas. It's the best
airport hangar, yeah.
And it's the best strip club in Vegas, bar none.
It's like the Cirque du Soleil of strip clubs, and I was like,
I find it more down to earth than other options, though. I think I maybe like it for different reasons. And again, dichotomy of man. Or
well, to me, okay, whatever. So the only strip club I'm really familiar with is Pumps in Bushwick, which is fucking fire. It's like a dive bar that happens to be also be a strip club, but Spearmint Rhino, whatever. It's just like off the wall, like kind of like a rap video in my mind. And I was so unclear of like how to act. I mean, I still am not really a fan of strip clubs. So unclear to how to act and like what to do. And this guy, I was just like watching him, and I was just like, this guy knows what he's doing.
Oh, he was.
I forget. I don't want to put his name out there, but yeah.
No, it's okay. He has since been Me Too'd and let go of the company. No, I have no idea. No, I have no idea. Shout out Gibbon Vintage. Put us on Flow Team, even though you just got fucking slandered. Hopefully, we're behind the.
We are. That's why I just texted about the time. We are.
Let's fucking go, baby. Yeah, shout out Gibbon Vintage, and then I just got the bare knuckles. Nuck if you chuck. Whatever. It's not silk. I forget what the bandana is made out of. Some fucking organic.
Yeah, it's like a more sustainable silk
whatever
substitute.
It brings out the yellow in the shirt a little bit. I feel like a sexy ass camp counselor. You know what I'm saying? Shit.
Damn. We'll talk about Supreme Sports in a minute. We'll talk about pedophilia in a minute.
Yeah. Oh, and then real quick with the drink check, we're just going to run it back. James, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking. So, we're big natty snobs, and that's just what we are. I feel like sake is a realm that we could maybe become like snobs in.
I love sake. Unfiltered sake, the best.
Yeah, and I love these single serving ones, which like have like the little pop top, like a whole fucking soda from the MAGA years.
Move.
This is a Kirinzan classic. It is described as dry, clean, and light bodied. I love it. I was talking to Chuck about sake, and Chuck was like, "Does it get you fucked up?" And I was like, "Yes."
Sounds good.
Chuck
rice wine,
it's good,
bro.
Yeah, rice wine, and it very rarely will give you a hangover because it's so clean and so like light and just like good.
It's getting drunk the Japanese way, baby.
My recommendation is just
it's efficient. It's awesome.
Yeah, my recommendation for the four of us is let's get into sake.
Do you just hit up your local boozman and ask if they have it?
Yeah,
this is at the wine store. But yeah, you just ask your wineman for if he's also a rice man.
I'm a sake bomb.
Don't call him a rice man though, because I think that's racist.
Yeah, I'm a sake bomber, dude. Fucking first division infantry. Fucking, a lot of golden wings on your boy's back. Yeah, that's the move, dude. Yeah. Hibachi sake bombs.
Yeah, I was just about to say we used to do that when I was in college.
So you know how the corporate retreats have fallen. This is like any couple that has like been in. We have a routine, right? We're always doing Dave and Buster's. There's always going to be a juicy Tubi. There's always going to be $500 on power cards.
Fire.
There might be illegal amphetamines. You understand what is going to happen, and it's a good time. But we switched it up most recently. Well, no, I guess not most recently, but we could switch it up because I was going to say most recently was just, RIP to La Bum and, a good ass dinner.
Are you going to say we should go sake bombing?
Yes, we should go to Hibachi. We should do sake bombs. It should be like, that could be fun.
Sounds like a recipe for disaster with this crew. But
I'm down, but
dude,
I'm down. But what I'm saying here is that this is like and not to be a fucking snob, but that's what we are, is like just the way that you used to chug Carlo Rossi and slap the bag, when we were young men.
Carlo Rossi is a jug that's glass. Slapping a bag is Franzia.
I'm saying it's
my culture is not your costume, bitch.
Just like we used to, whatever. It's two different things of the same tier. I'm saying this is like the upper tier and that this is what we should start getting into, in addition to continuing fucking with the lowbrow, sake bombing, chanting, slamming the table, et cetera.
We're highbrow, lowbrow, just like you said. Like we can do it all. We can be everything to everyone. That's why we're the only podcast that matters. Honestly, this is the best idea. And does someone have a birthday coming up soon or something? We could have a reason to.
Mine's in like 2 weeks.
Oh, word?
Fucking okay. Well, listen, man. I don't know what you wanted to do.
You do sake bomb outside, like on fucking Bedford Ave? Like,
I'll be moved in. We could do it. Let's just fucking
just a hibachi, a hibachi super spreader event.
We burn Chef's crib down with the onion volcano.
No, the onion. Well, first of all, imagine you've seen the tweet where the dude is just doing hibachi on his fucking the stovetop, right?
Yeah.
Like, just doing that hibachi up in this bitch in Chef's new crib, just smoking out, getting smoke damage everywhere. But no, I would love
shrimp tails on the ceiling.
Yeah, I would love to do our own super spreader hibachi chef birthday party.
Yeah, let's go.
That'd be fun shit. Just throwing out there.
Chef, how old are you turning?
25. Labor Day weekend.
Damn.
It's a big age. You're about to be on the wrong side of 24.
You can finally rent a car.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true.
A decade away from running for president. That's crazy that Chef is 10 years younger than us, bro.
Damn.
Chuck, how old are you? 27?
26.
26.
Wow.
Shit. All right. Anyway, Chef.
Continuing on with the drink check. Who's next? Chuck?
Chuck. We'll just go Chuck.
Water.
Really?
Yeah.
By design?
Slap a TF sticker on that bitch.
No, I forgot to. I don't have any alcohol, any boozies.
Are you smoking?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's called Commerce City. That's what the weed's called.
Commerce City?
I was gonna say you and me
like commerce
both,
or like commerce like transactions?
Commerce like transactions. Government things.
What?
Things that the government would be concerned with.
Don't tell the IRS you're blowing commerce.
Yeah, for real. We already got enough tax issues that,
Lawrence gave me a fucked up social security number 2 years ago, and I just got a letter from the IRS.
That's not exactly what happened. Your accountant fucked up my 1099, which also
what's your social security again? Hold on, I have it right here.
Hey, by the way, it doesn't start with 157.
Is it or is it not?
Stop it.
92786. Okay.
Oh.
But also I don't want people thinking that for whatever reason I was your employee. We just found an interesting way to do payouts. Well,
we were like on the phone. I was like, I was like, Lawrence, how do we do this in 2018? And you're like, I think we did it this way. And I'm like, actually, I think we did it this way because I remember tweeting about 1099ing your ass as if you're my employee.
Yeah. Also, by the way, you hit me up and you're like, yo, bro, you have the better memory, so I need to ask you. And I'm like, I have the worst. All I do is neuralize my fucking brain every day for 12 hours.
It's like the girl in Euphoria.
I'm supposed to be responsible.
It's like the girl in Euphoria. I don't know if it's all the Molly that's been rotting your brain.
Come on.
All right,
Chef, what are you drinking?
The High Life.
No, dude, champagne and beers.
You can get a 6-pack of champagnes at CVS for $6.
Damn.
Is that a COVID pricing thing?
Oh, dude, it's literally evergreen pricing. I lost my mind.
I mean, some of us choose to, support small businesses and, pay the higher price. But, if you want to support CVS and save $2, that's cool.
So my bodega doesn't carry High Lifes, which is a big disaster.
Well, your bodega is only about to carry fucking craft brews, my guy.
Yeah, dude. So just after last week or a week ago, you said that drinking 6 beers when you pod was like maybe not the healthiest option for your hashtag goals. But you're drinking 6ers of High Lifes now that you found them for $6?
I bought the pack yesterday. I drank 3 last.
Got it. Thank you.
I have.
And my man's moving. He's going through like physical and psychological shredding.
Did you just booze on it, my man?
Yeah. What the fuck?
You just what?
You give him a booze audit.
A booze audit. Nice. Okay.
A lot of IRS talk. Lawrence?
I'm drinking. Well, it's almost done.
The fuck? I thought that was like whiskey.
No, it's Pinot Gris. It's a cock in a pussy. So, great sense of humor. It's SOK is the name of the brand. I don't know. It's
Spanish for it's okay.
Root Down Wine Cellars from California. It's pretty good. I don't know. Their red is way better. If you go to your local winesman and you see a bottle, you see the cock and pussy bottle, ask for the red. The Pinot Gris, it's forgettable. It's okay. That's all.
Is this
and then I'm double
red?
fisting.
Is this red?
I'm double fisting a Vizzy, which is
what the hell?
It's a hard seltzer, but also has antioxidants. So it's kind of like.
So you're really drinking both at once?
Yeah.
Are you doing like a wine spritzer?
Well, no, I've been drinking and smoking for a considerable amount of time to pregame for this. And I was doing these in the wine. Then I opened up the wine with Jenna, but it's almost done. So I'm kind of just almost like finishing off both things, but whatever.
Okay.
Yo, forgettable has to be like a top 10 insult. I'm gonna start using that. That's pretty fucked up.
What, forgettable? Oh yeah. It's definitely it's a little bit of an insult, like a Don Draper. I never think about you, but yeah,
Unmemorable.
Listen, things come and go, right? Especially look at this podcast. Look at these fucking beautiful faces. We are always experimenting and trying new stuff. We are intrepid, if nothing else. And some things are forgettable. It just happens, man.
Speaking of forgettable,
yeah,
Supreme dropped their fall winter 2020 collection this week.
Oh my god, what a fucking good ass transition, bro. Fuck.
Oh my God, I still got it. Which I guess like we have to talk about just because it falls in our world. You know what?
Well, can I make a point about this?
Yeah.
I feel like there is no other brand in our space that when the lookbook and the preview, it's a lot of stuff. I will admit, it's a lot of content. When it comes out, the whole collection, it is such like an event. I almost forget that it always feels, and I don't just mean me, a nerd, waking up and being like hyped that at least Supreme is using Instagram stories now. Right. So I can look at the lookbook as opposed to like going to a site that's crashing in the moment in real time. This is a thing, and no other brand. And we like a lot of brands, both of us, more than Supreme. We don't do this, and nobody else does this.
No, you feel
other brands.
Compelled. You feel compelled to click through everything, and just like see what people are talking about. And yeah, like, you know,
there's a whole discourse,
and if these boys only,
you cannot deny it.
And if these boys only's episodes are not only going to play upon the current discourse, but also define the discourse, we got to talk about this, even if we're not necessarily, you know, Supreme's men ourselves, myself never, and you maybe not so much as Larry of yesteryear. That being said, you know, I've always been anti or lukewarm on Supreme. I think that as I've grown, I've learned how to like appreciate it more. And now that I'm no longer surrounded by the fucking like just hype and like the people that are just like fiending for it and the resellers and all that, I think that when you're removed from that, you can learn to like look at it a little like more slowly. You can like it slows down. You can kind of like form your own opinions besides just knee jerk like hating it or knee jerk loving it. So that's me, and we'll get into that. But like, Lawrence, I know that you've always liked it. However, you've kind of like fallen away from it as you've grown and as the brand has grown. And while you've kind of been like a little more anti-Supreme with their whole, the acquisition, everything, I was looking at this and looking at what you were posting, and I was like, I think Lawrence is going to do his fucking, Galaxy Brain, Supreme's back type shit. And I thought you were actually going to like it. But you don't.
And I didn't, and I'll clarify, because I spent a good portion of today kind of going back
listening to Pharoah Sanders,
everything, and listening to Pharoah Sanders, which, by the way, fucking slaps, specifically if you are sauteed and flambéed in the dome piece.
It's on Virgil's jazz playlist, right?
But that's neither here nor there, though. Shout out Supreme for putting on this new fucking guy, Pharoah Sanders. That's fucking mad cool of them. That's why
jazz. It's like the new SoundCloud sound, right? Jazz.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, listen, I'd rather listen to Pharoah Sanders than whoever were you telling me about, Ian Dior? What the fuck? Which, by the way, I guess Pharoah Sanders isn't like necessarily outro music material, because like the one song that I listened to is like 32 minutes long.
All I'll say is you can't make a TikTok to Pharoah Sanders. You can make TikToks to Ian Dior and 24K gold or whatever the fucking guy's name is.
So I'll let fucking Chef figure that out. But no, so the thing with Supreme for me is that
sampled a lot. We could find something cool.
Yeah, I'm sure. When I look at it, and when I say look at it, I mean the lookbook. This is the first thing I'm going to look at. I forget that I kind of go through the same experience every time, which is an immediate disappointment in that it's not hitting me hard. And a lot of times it's actually, right. And a lot of times, like this season, for example, it's actually like worse than normal because there's not even something that really jumps out that's a statement piece. And an example of that would be last season when they teased the Barber collaboration in the lookbook, not explicitly, but threw it on stage and it was in there. And it was like, yo, is this an official collab? Are they ripping off Barber? Either way, I need a cheetah Barber. But anyway, when I look at the lookbook, I am not a fan of the styling that goes into Supreme. And I don't know if
in general or this particular.
No, in general. And I feel bad. I'm not going to say the dude's name, who is fucking sick, who I've met before, who has been the stylist. I don't know if he still is, but he was for a long time. I feel like his tenure already wasn't hitting with me. And now it feels even more extreme, meaning like, you know, we always tell people do not wear a single brand from head to toe. And there's brands you could do it with. You could do it with Polo. You could do it with a few other select examples. But Supreme, more so now than ever, is a maximalist streetwear brand who makes a lot of loud product so that stuff catches fucking young, hypebeast consumers' attention, and they fucking move units. And when you pair all this stuff together, especially when you're showing from the fucking thigh up, right? You're not seeing a full look, which is interesting because the last photo in this Supreme lookbook, I don't know if you guys saw, was a full head-to-toe look. They normally never do that. They might have never. I don't even. It was the black Air Force Ones. And I'm not sure if they've ever even done that before. You would need to talk to like Eric Whitebacker or Joe Migraine or somebody, you know, a little bit more.
Someone in the cross BOGO hoodie.
Yeah, in the trenches than us. But you know, so I look at the lookbook and I'm disappointed because I do love Supreme. And then I go through and I look at the individual pieces, and God damn it, Jim. Just when I think I'm out, they pull me back in. There are so many great pieces that I want to buy that I want to spend my hard-earned money on, that I want to own. I can rifle through them. You want me to I have like 100 tabs open on my computer.
Don't do that, but just give me like the Mondrian fleece.
The color block fleece. I love all the Ariel tapestry shit, the jacket and the jeans. I love the velvet work jacket and the pants. I love the fucking smallpox fucking blanket jacket. That shit bangs. The leather collar work jacket in white. To get a white work jacket with a black contrast collar, let alone leather with dual entry pockets, I'm going to literally buy that. The mohair always fucking slaps. So many good knits. The
they got the Nomi Fried Tiger Stripe.
Yes, exactly. The OG fuck mom cardigan. That's a must cop. I prefer the purple if I'm being honest, but all the knits, the patchwork velour polo. Yeah, that's fucking incredible. A bunch of meta joints that we'll talk about, like the receipts rayon and the fucking.
What about the double knees? Copping those? Are you gonna play
double
into
knees.
The whole fucking
I like the printed double knees.
Take the bait.
I might. The fit on those is very tough, man. It's actually,
So overall, I have
so many more opinions, bro. They did old school shit, like the portrait hoodie was like one of the first, the Marlboro like kind of flip. That was one of the first.
All right, so this collection is like 7,000 pieces. This collection is 7,000 pieces. Shout out to the one intern or employee that has to upload everything in the right order. But I guess like if the individual joints are hitting you hard, does that mean that you are fucking with the overall, or are you still kind of lukewarm on Supreme?
No, it definitely
the Johns, not like I know you fuck with Supreme the brand forever.
No. So you mean the season itself? Yeah, fall winter 20 definitely was out. After that was the initial impression after looking at the lookbook, and then like going through and seeing the pieces. There's like a lot of amazing things that I hope to own. We both think the Smurfs collab is very childish and off-brand and stupid. Yeah. That's bad.
I felt like
I don't know why that's happening.
If I see you out here in these streets wearing Supreme Smurfs, I'm going to keep my child Chuck and my child Chef away from you, because that is some real pedophile vibes. Somebody said it has like 90s
Megan's
iceberg.
Law,
yeah, it's the new Megan's Law. If you're wearing Supreme Smurfs, you're a pedophile. Somebody said that it had kind of like a 90s iceberg feel to it, and like maybe like the jeans, but like the camo jacket with like the Smurfies up and down.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know if you and I maybe were a little younger than is
the Smurfs an iconic
guys are calling back to?
Because that an iconic cool guy.
Someone's like, yo, the Smurfs were the hardest cartoon ever. Like they were just trying to keep like the human from like turning the people into gold or whatever,
or stopping Gargamel.
They're anti-capitalists.
Yeah. That which would be like, listen, having that take publicly is pretty fucking embarrassing, and I probably wouldn't want to go public with the fact that the Smurfs are cool because it's a socialist cartoon.
What other cartoons
and Gargamel? No, it's childish.
What are the cartoons that Supreme collabed with? Because like obviously we are in the year of the fucking streetwear cartoon collab with Ronnie going to fucking Disney World over and over.
That's the point. I think that it's surprising for people because Supreme, their references demographic wise, normally feel like at least the age of 16 and up. When they do cartoons, it's gonna be some hentai shit. It's gonna be some OG Japanese erotica with like a schoolgirl getting like fingered on some hentai bullshit. But
I might have to cop a jizz rag or two from.
What's that guy? What's his name?
Toshio Saiki. Which like, I guess one thing that I've learned to appreciate with Supreme, and we talked about this with I forget who, but they're like they always kind of dig into like niche subcultures and surface them to people. So it's like who knows how many kids went out there and Googled Pharoah Sanders or Googled how to brush my teeth with Colgate toothpaste. Yeah, exactly.
How to brush your teeth.
But no, this guy Toshio. So it's the second or third time they worked with him, and like the second or third time they put erotica on their shit.
I think it's pronounced actually Siki.
Are you going to tell me how to pronounce it? Are you going to tell me how to pronounce a Japanese person's name?
Yeah, because I Googled it to make sure.
Saiki.
Okay, whatever.
Saeki.
Cool. I was trying to remember because I
can write it for you in Japanese if you want.
Like Seat Geek, but not.
No.
Seat Geek. Okay. Anyway.
Toshio Saiki. Toshio Saiki. Eroticism and like erotica is cool. It's an interesting phenomenon in countries where like sexuality is so oppressed, right? That it comes out in like very extreme ways.
Like vending machines with used panties in them.
Yes. Or just like hypersexualized taboo areas that are hypersexualized to begin with, but then like, are brought up in like this gray area and like in like manga and hentai and shit like that. or like very extreme porn. So I don't know. It's cool. Like I don't know much about this artist, but it's interesting that Supreme.
He's the grandfather of Japanese erotica, according to Google, right?
Yes.
You know, that's
also
read
that article.
Well, what's cool about that though, you know, what I find hilarious about that, because like obviously this dude is like, he's displayed in galleries and he's seen as like a fine artist, and there's clearly this is a cultural touchstone for Supreme that maybe would be lost on someone like you and I. But that's the thing that Supreme does. We're joking about Pharoah Sanders. It's putting people on, but normally.
But have you ever seen anyone in Supreme erotica, Johns, ever? Like,
no.
I guess that was my question. Scrolling through every single piece is like, obviously you have the heaters, right? You mentioned a bunch of them, and like it's clear what like the statement pieces are, and obviously the standard go-tos. But it's such a giant collection. Like, are you ever going to see someone wearing the fucking shit where you have like a schoolgirl getting fucked by like an octopus or whatever on like the back of their jacket?
I think it's a collector's item. Like Supreme every season, they're doing photo tees, they're reissuing like Futura logo stuff, even these new shop tees, right? I don't know if you noticed, like they're releasing these tees that you can either only get online in like the country that like your IP address is, or like you have to go to the store. They're just creating like new collectibles, and this is like the way that the Carlyle Group, through Supreme's DNA, can Trojan horse more product, more sales, etc. So this collab I think first came out in 2015 with the grandfather of Japanese erotica. I think that they're clearly going to do it every couple of years. It's going to become like a collector's item. So will you see it on the street? You don't see a lot of Supreme stuff on the street.
Yo, so I want to ask
Supreme stuff, not like all of this.
I want to ask Chuck and Chef, because they are, as we learned, about 10 years younger than us, and probably of like a different generation. But like, does Supreme move your dicks? Like, are you guys like, even if we don't like it, Lawrence and I feel like we have to like know it and like be in it. Like, do you guys
talk about it?
Care at all? Do you care about it at all?
I scroll through to me, it's like, I mean, I don't know, the people in our world like get excited about the lookbook because they're trying to be the first one to meme like a certain fucking item. Like that's my like current kind of like perception of it. Like there was a time where like I always wanted like one or two things. Like I think 2 years ago I bought some stuff, but I can't remember the last time. And actually it was like one of the first things I bought that was like expensive was the Supreme North Face backpack with like the flags on it.
Oh, can I just say the new bags are awesome. I want the canvas tote, dude. The fucking new sling bag, like Supreme with the accessories, and I know they always. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Would you rock the sling bag? You would really rock that
in cheetah, yeah.
See the Sure mic that I sent to the chat. Larry, I'm gonna cop that for you for Christmas.
I might get the
the mics. That's right, yo. We have the fucking the mics. Those are pretty sick.
What about you guys? So I want to ask Chef.
Someone's gonna get that mic for sure, dog.
I want to ask Chef, like, and again, like you guys are of a certain taste level, which you're welcome. Like, do your homies like wear Supreme? Like, no, right?
For the most part, no.
Lawrence, you mean?
Yeah, Lawrence is the only person I know that wears Supreme.
Oh, shut up! That's not true.
No, I mean, like, I don't know. I have one.
I don't think Gene wears Supreme anymore.
Gene absolutely wears Supreme.
He'll wear like the forces and shit. What else does he wear? Hats?
I don't know.
All right,
people wear Chef. Supreme.
I've got the last thing I copped from them was the Nan Golden t-shirt from like 2017. I think that, like whenever they do something, it's like hard not to pay attention.
Like a cool artist.
Yeah, the Cat Williams shit was fucking amazing.
Absolutely. But then that's the thing. It's like Supreme, let's not forget. And I don't think when I say let's not forget, like we are not guilty of this. We are not guilty of this at all.
Again, Lawrence.
Supreme is Supreme. Like, forget about look at the accessories.
Again,
dude.
Supreme is Supreme.
What I was gonna say
Jacob
was
the jeweler
from this collection.
Pat McGrath, the lipstick, an
Chuck,
original shade of red.
Let Chuck finish.
The toothpaste.
They made that one. They made the skateboard and then like a jacket out of that King Solomon video with the banner, right?
The Ariel. Yeah, the Ariel.
Yeah. Shout out known podcast hater.
Known critic. Because I was going to say friend of the pod, but more of critic of podcasting in general.
Yeah. That guy King Solomon.
Ben Solomon.
On the fucking podcast.
That guy does fucking rule.
He did and he directed the Cat Williams shit too.
Yeah. That was so good.
Wait, before Cat, let's talk about the airplane, the aerial thing where they had a little like two prop plane, like trailed the Supreme banner across Manhattan in what, 2011, 2015?
No, it's more recent.
2013? I think
No, it's pretty.
Definitely not 2015.
It's absolutely extremely recent, like probably 2018 at the latest, but it doesn't matter.
No, 2015. Chuck a Chef, look it up. They had a bunch of self-referential Johns throughout this collection, right?
As always.
Yeah, but this was like a bit, I don't know,
you think it's corny or do you think it's cool? Because that tells you everything you need to know about
2011. It was 2011.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Lawrence,
way older than
I don't think you understand how old you are.
Oh, I was thinking about the when did they do the crop circle one?
Oh, that was much more recently.
Sorry, I was getting confused. Damn, 2011. So sick that they brought that back.
Yeah, on the 10-year anniversary of 9/11.
Oh shit!
No, I don't know. That's not true.
Oh, I was gonna say, was that intentional?
All right, the self-referential Johns, the tongue-in-cheek, the fucking cheekiness of these lads, the accessories Johns, where they had like the bolt cutters, the fucking monkey wrench, the really shitty looking chains, the airplane shit, which like I think on some Johns it worked, on others it didn't. The receipt shit though, that shit was fire.
You're talking about the chains jacket that had like some of the iconic switchblade bulk. Yeah, that's cool. It's like a little fucking. It's a little Versace Ralph Lauren flip on a barn jacket.
It looked like a 2 Chainz. It looked like a 2 Chainz album.
Yeah, I think that's by design. How about the fucking the Verify tee where it's like click every box that has
that was good.
Which is a meta commentary on bots. Like that's Here's the thing. Virgil, first of all, Streetwear has always made self-referential novelty design a core tenet because it takes the least amount of work to do. It is the lowest common denominator of cleverness. And Virgil Abloh has made his whole career on this to striking and surprising effect to the point
our next merch is going to reference this t-shirt.
Exactly. And that self-referential, that meta-ness clearly hits. And I think the big thing for me is that when Supreme does it, just like when they do anything else, they do it at a level that other people, I mean, Palace is very good too, I will say. But I mean, I think Virgil wishes that he could do something as clever as the Verify tee. I mean, maybe people hate it, but I think it's very smart.
Well, it's almost like
at least cool and funny.
Yeah, and Supreme has kind of like been around long enough where they can reference something in 2011. Yes. Because they've built this universe for fucking since 94. Right?
It's like our podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
We can talk about ourselves
the receipt
for hours because we put the work in.
I really like the receipts, the concept of the receipt stuff, because it was like making fun of their own customers, knowing that their customers are going to buy this shit. And it's like, look at how much I fucking paid.
Yeah.
Like literally look at how much I paid for this shit.
And the receipt is a verification when you resell. Like, here's my receipt. Like it's authentic. Virgil did a receipts rug for IKEA that I remember, I don't think has anything to do with this necessarily, but that is kind of, speaking of that conversation, Virgil kind of low-key did it first.
And then you said that, so speaking of trolls though, so obviously they're trolling the trolls with the captcha tee. What about this cross BOGO hoodie?
Oh, bro.
Do you think you said he's a troll?
Yeah, it's got to be. It strikes me.
You don't think they're trying to cater to the one Christian hype beast, Eric Whiteback?
I think it's on the level of the brick. I think it's like they literally were like, listen, what would Ass Pizza or any like customizer do? And like, let's take it to another level. Like people like Ass Pizza has stacked the box logos famously.
Ass Pizza's Chrome Tims though.
Ass Pizza. We should get him and Mike the Ruler back on the pod and do our
talk about fucking Agents of Chaos,
our after school special on autism. Fucking as I've joked about before. Shout out the boys, man. Mike,
you don't think all the
goddamn Austin butts?
You don't think all the hype priests are going to cop the cross BOGO?
No, I think they're like the fact that they're doing 2 BOGOs and they did kind of freak it in this way. I think it's a troll. I think that they absolutely know what release. This is a nuclear resell bomb. Look at the colorways. When's the last time they did a purple box logo and they're doing it with this bullshit, the cross? Like,
this is like
people are going fucking crazy over this.
This is the snake eating out its own ass.
They know it. I think they know, and I think it's by design, and I think that's why
that should be the next BOGO.
Go to sleep.
The next BOGO should be the fucking Boris snake eating its own asshole.
And they're doing that with the S logo stuff. It's all 1,000 little fucking box logos that make the S. Like they are on. Listen, are they dangerously approaching the self-referential parody, winking, cheeky fucking cunt event horizon? Yes. if they're Supreme, the amount of space left could last infinitely, at least in our lifetime. But
it's a half-life.
Every season, like the cross. When I open up the lookbook and you see that the first image, you're like, what the fuck?
It's like styling's always been wild and like statement piece on statement piece.
That's just even the design. But anyway,
the styling, the full fits that the Japanese magazine editorial that they always do and post is always like. Yeah, actually, like, oh shit, like this is how you gotta actually maybe wear some of this shit.
What is that? Grind magazine? Those
Grind or not Popeye? Yeah. I think Last. No, Grind.
Yeah,
Grinder. It's Grinder.
Yeah. Grinder magazine. You could get it. You could get it with a pair of used panties and a pack of cigarettes and some sake, actually, from a vending machine. No, it's different. Their styling intentionally is, it's a maximalist brand. I mean, like. Yeah. Like look at the watch print, like on the puffer that they also did the plate, like that references the Supreme sub, the Rolex that never came out, and they flipped it for a Daytona. And like, I want the plate. Like the plate to me is cool. The plate to me is cool, but like the
you don't actually want the plate. Like you want the idea of the plate. You don't want the plate.
Yes, 1,000%. Speaking of ideas, speaking of Supreme selling ideas, we've talked about the Cat Williams shit as directed by a noted critic of the pod, Ben Solomon.
Noted critic of pods, period.
Oh, right. Of our pod, just guilty by association because it is a podcast. The whole art form he is critical of. I believe he famously said, OnlyFans. Yeah. Like, so having a girlfriend, Patreon. Fuck. I fucked that up. Whatever. That's why you don't repeat other people's jokes. What did we think of Cat Williams talking police brutality, Black Lives Matter, and Trump in an IGTV promotion with 6ix9ine hair?
Yeah.
Very distracting.
The 6ix9ine hair was
in preparation for the fall winter 20 collection.
It came out the day before. The 6ix9ine hair was a little too crazy. Like I was like, is this a wig? Like what is this? Is he going to take it off? Is this a statement or wink or nod to 6ix9ine? But to kind of like what you always say about Supreme is that they are able to kind of, put things together that don't fit and yet put them together in a way
get away with stuff.
It comes together in a way where you're just like, damn, if anyone else had done that, it just would not have worked. But corny. For some reason, just the way that their, the artists and directors and shooters that they work with, the celebrities that kind of come out of left field, but you remember how much you fucking love them. And like Cat Williams is the GOAT. Like he's obviously gone through crazy personal issues, but Pimp Chronicles, which I rewatched like maybe like 6 months ago, 9 months ago.
Classic.
It's from 2006, which you forget is kind of like an era that like Supreme is now like mining, right? Yeah. So fucking good. And if you haven't seen Pimp Chronicles, and maybe the outro music is literally just like a fucking monologue from that, because he comes through in the Don Bishop magic wand, like shiny green suit.
The Hunter Green, like he had the Pantone of the year.
Bro, he's got the fucking perm. Yeah. He's like 4'6". He's wearing massive OJ to Juice Man jeans, but they're like hemmed up on the inside. And as he like gets crazier and more like coked out on stage, like it comes undone.
Yeah.
So he's like dragging like crazy massive jeans behind him, but it is just so fucking funny.
Wet ass pimp. Go watch that shit. Dude. It's a wet ass pimp, dude, because you get so fucking sweaty.
Sambuki.
I feel like
that's what we got to start drinking is Sambuki.
I mean that would be a little bit. Was that Greek?
Yeah, it's like a coffee.
Sambuca, right? Is what we're talking about.
He calls it Sambuki.
I think that the pick of Cat Williams is like the supreme curation because like Cat Williams, people don't. And I don't listen. I like stand up, and I'm not going to pretend like I'm some fucking scholar of comedy or anything. But like people hold Pryor and Chappelle and Eddie Murphy in a certain level, and Cat Williams is goated. And I think that there are certain people that maybe bump him down a tier, even though like he just won an Emmy. I'm sure like belated by all counts and respects for Atlanta, whenever that was a couple years ago. But
but he took a massive L when he got beat up by that 14.
Yes, that was bad. Yeah, what did I tell you? He's like DMX to me. Like DMX is goated, but like and probably people even think of DMX and hold him in a higher esteem than Cat. But Cat is a pimp, and Cat is so funny, one of the funniest ever. And Supreme,
seriously,
going with him.
Pimp Chronicles,
Volume
1.
I hope you can stream it somewhere, but Supreme going with Cat Williams is like why. Even if I'll be totally real, Supreme has always been political. I think they've always been political in like a very effective and efficient way.
Fuck the president.
this to me, yeah, exactly. You know, fuck Bush, fuck the president now. I think that this felt, it's not virtue signaling at all, and I really appreciated it, and I don't want to mince words here. I think that it felt more heavy-handed than what they normally do. It's a long-form thing. It's a 7-minute IGTV video, and I'm not here to like haggle for, you know, lengths and minutes and seconds here, but it felt like more of like a Noah thing, but with that was hard in Supreme's own way, which I think is like my endorsement, right? Because that, again, it's something that no other brand would even attempt or pretend to execute, because there's no chance it's going to work. And Preem, you leave it and you're like, yo, they stuck the landing because it's Cat, right?
Yeah.
That's why.
I think like the last point I'll make is that I think Cat Williams and what Supreme does is that they always like kind of uplift segments of Black culture to like white kids or to non-Black kids. Not that that's their intention. That's just what it is.
Pharoah Sanders.
But Cat Williams has always been like, I think he was written off by like white pop audience because he had issues with like drugs and going to jail a bunch and whatever. But I think that, and you know, he's like a scary Black man, but I think that he was always more like central to the Black audience. And that's just, I don't know, that's just Supreme. Like, that's just, you know, what they continue to do and what they draw inspiration from. That's all. So yeah, it was perfect. It was like a perfect amalgamation of different things that you wouldn't expect coming together into something that you're just like, damn, that was actually fire. Like, I didn't expect that at all.
Preem gonna preem, right? That's what I say. Preem gonna preem.
Yeah.
And that's kind of proof right there.
Let's talk about another absolutely perfect collaboration. Hold on. I have a boner right now because we're about to talk about our legööchy.
Oh, I thought you were literally about to take a, you know, we're videoing now. So we're one take Jakes.
The first bullet point here is James is so hard for jüicy legööchy.
You are.
Our Legacy Workshop x Stüssy. We've had whispers of it. You know, there's been leaks. There's also been conversations had with our friends in Sweden. This shit is like, and I guess details came out today on their little thing on Vogue, so we can talk about it. Basically, this is a collaboration where it's not one of those bullshit brand meets brand and it's just like, yo, audience share. It's not just like marketing for the sake of marketing. It's not just collabing for the sake of collabing. They're actually like, Workshop is bringing their skill set to the table and Stüssy's bringing like what they bring to the table. And what it is from, you know, what Bookham told me is that, and we'll maybe talk about it more with them later.
Maybe.
Workshop, for those of you that don't know, is kind of this like in-house little project that takes extra fabrics, production error things, samples that don't make it to production, and they upcycle them and sell them for like in shops in Stockholm. They used to have one in London, but they shut it down. And they have an in-house artist that like freaks everything and sells it for pretty affordable prices in person.
Yeah, it's not expensive, right? That's the whole thing. They started
doing online drops that are like more expensive because it's, I don't know, they got to turn it into a moneymaker, but in person you can get shit for like $40. And it's just a way to kind of like, you know, decrease all waste materials.
Yeah. And they're about it. They're making like one of ones and like one of, you know, like 10-piece runs. So they're taking that idea and they went to a Stüssy factory in California, and Joachim is like a fucking California punk skater surfer dude at heart. They found with Stüssy, they went to a factory, found a bunch of dead stock Stüssy fabric, and they're applying the Workshop skill set of taking dead stock shit that is just sitting there, you know, going to get thrown out or burned or whatever. And they are burned. Don't say burned.
They're not Burberry. They're not burning their shit, but whatever. And they're turning them into like real fucking Johns. And I cannot wait for the shit. And to me, that's just like something that makes sense, right? It's like you have Workshop does this. Stüssy has these like fabrics from the 90s that are just sitting there. Let's fucking, you know, make a beautiful fucking baby of just like big gas slappers, my G.
It makes so much sense. And it doesn't just make sense for the throw gang, of which these two brands, I mean, again, when you think of the brands that we hold in the highest esteem here, these are definitely two of them. I mean, Stüssy has been back. Our timelines differ a bit because you just today revealed to me that you thought there was a little dip recently, which I don't remember. I didn't see that.
Yeah, I don't remember when, being the contrarian I am, when like Supreme was big in New York, I was always like, oh, like I'm fucking Stüssy gang, whatever.
Sure.
And then whatever, it fell off for many years. And then I forget when it was exactly, but at some point in our Barstool tenure, I was like, yo, Stüssy's back. Have you been opening these newsletters? and they obviously hired a bunch of like good designers, right?
Yes.
The homies. And you and I have been like riding for Stüssy since. And then, I think, I don't know when it was exactly, but I think like maybe a year ago or like 3 seasons ago, I was like, I don't really know about this shit anymore. But now Stüssy back.
I thought they have been firmly back for a while. They're not, the lookbook or the new collection coming out doesn't, create this entire discourse around it like other brands that we've already talked about. But pound for pound, availability for availability, dollar for dollar, I really think that Stüssy is maybe like one of the better brands out there, especially for somebody who is like looking to dip their toe into the John's enthusiasm pool. Did I like the Birks? No, I thought I like the marketing. I like the imagery.
The 8 balls.
I like
the imagery has been
I like the memes that we created from the imagery. I thought that project, especially considering that Birkenstock has famously and publicly rejected not just Vetements, but Supreme because of like this idea of like, oh, we're just going to throw, or the president or whoever was like talking big shit in the press. Like, oh, you want to throw your logo on my Zonas, my Bostons? Fuck out of here. And then works with Stüssy to just create like a corduroy mids version of a Boston. I thought they could have come harder, especially since Stüssy Nike is so good. But anyway, Stüssy is back. Stüssy is here. Legööchy has been definitely more quietly doing their thing. The workshop, I think, can appeal to everybody. I think that the main line, Our Legacy stuff, is very fashion forward now to a point where like certain guys will not get the heels and will not get the tulle fabric and will not understand the kind of more gender bending accessible avant-garde that they do. But the workshop stuff, for the most part, we are talking, this is upcycling, which is the future of fashion, everyone can agree. And then we're talking about really kind of great branded, tastefully branded merch, hoodies, t-shirts, cons, the kind of stuff that boxers that we fucking love. So when you fucking combine these things and you get dead stock fabric from a Stüssy fucking warehouse and you say, yo, let's try to make a fucking unisex suit. Yo, and let's do a cool bucket hat. Like I think the last time for everybody.
I think the last time Joachim was on our pod, he told us, the pod that shall not be named, I think he told us like they've collabed with Vans, right? Or Vans,
Chucks,
and
the Chucks are not a collab.
Chucks are workshop. They workshop their Chucks, right? They dip dye them like kind of like dusty orange and purple, and they're fire.
That's not a collab.
And
right.
Fucking, what? I'm gonna lose my mind. I still daydream about those Chucks sometimes.
We'll get you. We'll just have Joachim. We'll just ask for you.
And they've collabed with Magnaberg, which is like a bedding company out of like Scandinavia, which I cop their sheets and they're pretty good. But he was like, yo, I'm never like, Our Legacy's never going to collaborate for the sake of collaborating. We're only going to collaborate if it makes sense. And yo, to see him from a fucking looking like a Swedish dweeb in '94 wearing like Stüssy head to toe, like that was
he had the refuse. He had the shape of punk to come. He knew the future, dude. But anyway,
that photo was so
hardcore.
Good.
That's so. That was
my question.
The fact that he got Vogue to publish that, like, because it's all campaign imagery, and then it's like Joachim in '94 looking like a fucking dry dick motherfucker. Like,
if they put that photo
or whatever, but
I'd cop it. And I would.
Chef, what you would? Yo, should we put that photo on a T-shirt?
Dude, a photo tee, our own photo
of Joachim. I spilled the deets to Chef, even though I was sworn to secrecy on the side. Like, Chef, like, how stoked were you for this? Because I feel like this is also kind of like very much in your wheelhouse.
100%. You told me about this when we both bricked on the last workshop.
When we woke up at 5 a.m.
Yeah. So it was a much needed consolation prize, man. And man, I was looking through the Vogue shit today. It looks fucking incredible. I do want to cop the suit. And
you should. That'd be great. I was just gonna say, you lanky ass motherfucker in that suit, you're gonna look good as hell, dude. With the tee, a tee and a suit, and then some workshop chucks.
If you're wearing one of those, because Our Legacy is known for their shirting, right? If you're wearing with the pinstripe Stüssy dead stock fabric in the Our Legacy shirting, soaking wet in the ocean. Oh my God, Raya will finally accept you, my guy.
Yeah, he would look good as well. Yeah, that's when you could fucking shoot your R&B cover in that shit.
Yeah.
Like with
I just hope I get the boxers, and I'm so happy to once again be on the correct side of history, where they're putting out big fucking old man boxers.
Is that confirmed? I thought it was like sewed into the trousers or something as like a weird thing. I thought it was like going to be a gimmick, but it's I don't know. Literally they're going to release like boxers, and I cannot wait to fucking just like scratch my asses. I'm like looking through the fridge, at like 11 p.m. looking for some food, just on some fucking fat dad vibes. The biggest shit for me, the big shit for me is like, one, did we make this happen low key?
Yes.
No. Well, I was going to say tastefully, let's not answer, but yes. And then
let's just say that people in the comments of the announcement were like, Dr. Taco, you actually did it.
Wow.
I was like, no.
And what, 2 people?
That's 2 people say some shit and you're convinced that, we got to redo the whole run of show.
Well, 3 is a trend, but either way. And then the second thing for me is that this is okay in the world that the only podcast that matters exists in the world that the Throw Gang, you dear listener, exist in. There are too many collaborations and the game generally is fucked up. Boy, we all know this. But when you see this shit come across your timeline, you don't even care that every fucking cool ass East Coast media elite, cream of the crop influencer motherfucker is sharing the announcement because everybody agrees that it's good because it's real, because it's authentic. And it doesn't even matter that we got the preview now, a couple of days after it was announced. People were still stoked because it's going to be good because it's not Smurfs and Supreme, all good politics aside. It's not fucking Fruity Loops and fucking Adidas. This is, this is.
I just want to say, like, this
makes sense. It's a bullseye.
I think that for myself, I was kind of like thinking about this. Like, damn, have I become too much of a hater? Just like too much of a knee jerk, like negative Nancy Pelosi, and just always been like the fucking cynic that's always like trash. Have I lost?
Said it on me, brother.
Have I lost the joy? And you know what? When Joachim was telling me about this, I actually like felt like some fucking spark internally.
You feel again.
Yeah, and like seeing the shit and just like seeing the positive reaction and again just like kind of like understanding what it's going to be about and just expectations. I don't know. I haven't felt this excited for like a fucking like brand project in a minute is all I'm going to say. So
yeah, everyone seems to agree.
It's cool to feel young again.
The streets seem to agree. I mean, the streets' opinion around Supreme for the most part was like Supreme is back or whatever, but there's always going to be some dissenting voices. The narrative on the flip side around this shit, again, bullseye. Everyone can agree that this is a great fucking idea that makes a ton of sense that yes, Throwing Fits, the only podcast that matters, did this. You're welcome. And then everyone's excited to cop.
It's one of the few things that have really kind of like brought humanity together in such a times like these. And another thing that I think brings really the timeline together is every like 6 months or so, maybe every year, there's a whole rash of why I left New York essays and think pieces about, like, here's why I'm leaving. Here's where I'm going. Here's why it's better. Here's what I'll miss. Shut the fuck up. All right. 2 essays kind of rock the timeline this past week. And we'll kind of get into them one at a time because they were like different phases of like the why I left New York essays. One was kind of a classic one from this guy, James Altucher he wrote it on LinkedIn. This guy's a known fucking bozo, known snake oil salesman. He
comedy club co-owner, stand-up comedian.
He's a podcaster. During the Bitcoin peak of 3 years ago when we were doing Bripto Boys, he sold a sham Bitcoin education course for like thousands of dollars that people sign up for, and then he just cool. Like didn't tell you shit.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, so scamming's cool for sure, but he's just like he's a known piece of shit. And his essay was basically like, New York is dead this time because you can do business from wherever. The culture's fucking dead and the restaurants are dead. And his reference for restaurants in New York is like, you ever heard of Restaurant Row? Yeah. On 47th between 9th and 8th. Yeah, shit's shutting down.
And also big Broadway guy. And the big thing for him is that there's going to be no new Broadway shows for a year or whatever. Yeah, this dude, first of all, when you look at this motherfucker's little avatar on his LinkedIn fucking blog, it's like, I saw that and I was like, I can't believe that I'm going to pretend to do my job because James recommended that I read this LinkedIn blog post
to feel something, to feel rage.
Show. I mean, bro, this guy, first of all, he's the guy that like is writing a blog and he's like quoting friends. And it's like, you literally made these people up.
No, he's like, you found this post on Facebook
at all.
It's from a public persona on Facebook. And you're not even getting published. You're writing this on LinkedIn. This is your personal blog.
Yeah, this was, of the two takes, this was definitely this is C-level blogging. This is below our pay grade. The fact that this fucking bozo is even getting any airtime on the pod is actually kind of flabbergasting. But and he's in Florida. Just stay, bro, please.
Well, that's the thing, right?
He's like, stay in South Florida.
It's like, yo, we don't need to know why he left New York. We don't need to know why he left New York. Just shut the fuck up and move out of New York and like, please drain the city of the mediocrity. And I think that he
drain the swamp, dude.
Drain the swamp of mediocrity. I got some heat for tweeting like early on in the pandemic, like, yo, if you left New York, like stay the fuck out. And to me, it wasn't all the people going to their second homes. It was the fact that New York over the past whatever years, and noted fan of the pod, Ben Solomon, will agree with me, New York has fucking become this like suburban
pussification of the 5 boroughs,
gentrification, where people just imported their suburban culture.
Yeah,
and that's why you had a fucking Chipotle on every corner, right? So I think and it's corny, and there's the backlash, like unified people, right? Where it's like, yo, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
There's a reason why your shitty town, no one fucking, talks about leaving your shitty town.
The backlash is a sweet spot for a lot of people. I know. Yeah, I'm a big fan of that too.
This guy was like,
That's where I shine, dude. That's when I come alive. Shout out Chuck.
This guy on Twitter said the only time I've been worried about the future of New York City was the era just before the pandemic. The Amy Cooper video in Central Park, she's the woman that called the cops on the guy.
I know.
Summed up so much of what I noticed in recent years. Very indicative of the type of person occupying Manhattan. Financial industry cogs, mostly transplants, unsophisticated dummies with money jobs, committed to a suburban mentality and a suburban existence while living in a real city. Oh yeah, and racist in a suburban way too, despite the staggering law, blah, 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 blah,
yes. Blah. Okay. This is not false. And it's also reductive because like we can blame Giuliani and like the government for the most part on a local level for a lot of these problems, but I'm not going to disagree with that take either. A simplification, but it's hard for me, and I perjure myself all the time, but it's hard for me to even pretend to have a worthwhile take as someone who, back to the LinkedIn thing. One of the guy that he was quoting called himself a lifelong New Yorker, but then in the same breath was like, so I've been here for 10 years. I've been here for 10 years. I do not consider myself a lifelong New Yorker, and I'm from the tri-state area. So I'm not going to pretend like I have real skin in the game. With that said, I didn't fucking leave, and I'm never going to fucking leave. And I know that kind of guy.
Nowhere.
I'm not going. I ain't going fucking nowhere. But
one more quote real quick from a black woman.
That guy's corny too. That's also a corny position to take, but I'm not going to pretend.
Okay, so I'm gonna quote this black woman, and how dare you call her corny? So just don't ahead of time. She says, Carrie Overfab Cadet says, I see a lot of non-New Yorkers sharing an article written by a non-New Yorker about New York being dead. The fucking gall of you people. Y'all come here to deplete the city of all its resources, displace the natives, and dilute the culture. Then after you've sucked us dry, you claim it's dead. New York can never die, not as long as we still live here.
Yeah, I mean, that's
fucking preach, Carrie.
I mean, I'm not trying to do a fucking Spike Lee monologue in the mirror in 25th Hour, but like, yeah, I mean, New Yorkers.
There's a lot of racial slurs in that monologue.
There's a lot of racial slurs, primarily.
I think one of them was what Mr. Mort said when he was on a previous podcast that should not be named.
on his debut episode. Yeah, no, I think that New Yorkers are, I mean, listen, bro, this is a very bad time, but I think to say that it's worse than 9/11, that it's worse than the financial crisis, everything is relative, and this idea that this is as bad as it's ever been, I think that's an insane.
It's not.
You can never know that.
It's not binary.
You can never know. So
it's not binary good or bad. I mean, like if people like this are like, oh fuck, like the salad bowl place is shutting down.
Right.
I've lost everything. I'm getting out of New York.
Oh good. No, there's only 10 people at a time allowed in Everlane. Yeah. I'm gone.
But like that salad place does employ that national chain salad place does employ a lot of marginalized, poorer, younger people in New York. So that's a fucking bummer. So it's kind of like, can't win. However, if there is a bit of a reset and New York is just fucking too crowded right now, or was, right? So if like all these fucking bozos want to leave, like good, leave. you weren't welcome here and you're not welcome back, hopefully. So
yeah, my thing is that anyone who is going to leave, it's like you kind of, that tells you everything that you need to know. Not like it's some fucking competition or anything like that, but it's like, you either want to fucking be here because New York is the greatest. And this isn't some fucking Blue Lives Matter, fucking, respect the fucking troops, salute bullshit. But we've said this before. This is the greatest city in the world for all of the reasons that like this podcast even exists, mainly culturally, right?
And there's and then obviously there's a backlash to the backlash where all these New Yorkers are like, yo, fuck you, like New York forever. We grew here, you flew here. And then people are like, yo, you're corny. You're corny if New York is like part of your identity, but it's like, yo, there's a reason there's a reason why New York is part of, like, there's New York pride and there's some fucking, no offense, Lawrence, like Mawa cul-de-sac pride, right? I mean, Chef, you lived the suburban experience for a minute. Like, did you like it?
Could it even compare? Could you live in Princeton, New Jersey out of quarantine?
Absolutely fucking not. It made me rethink my entire life plan.
Really? Okay. Go on.
Yeah. I mean, the only reason I went down there is because I was like staying with basically my brother who, I love more than anything in the world.
You smoked out.
His children. Yeah, no, but I mean, so like,
hell yeah.
I was like, if I'm going to go through this shit, I'm going to go through it with my family. No, the suburbs fucking
bulls run with bulls.
The suburbs fucking sucked, and like, no offense to them because they're very happy and comfortable with their lives, but their lifestyle just wasn't for me. We
got to make one point. If you're listening to this from a flyover state, from a suburb, that's fine. That's your prerogative. What we're saying is that we, as like us personally, we wouldn't want to be anywhere else. And we're not saying that we don't understand what it could be like to have that mindset to want to be somewhere else. We're just speaking about ourselves and why New York is special.
But we don't need to fucking hear you when you're like, actually, I prefer space and more white people.
Well, Chef, did you like, listen,
I'll go see white people. Did you like?
I'll go see my parents, and I'm like, I low key get it.
I didn't see
backgrounds.
I didn't see anybody
on the property
except for the 4 people, including the 2 babies that I was living with.
So no white people. So it was fire.
That's a lie. That's a lie. I saw one white person when I went to get my COVID.
You saw me on Zoom.
Yeah, that's also true. You and
you're white?
Like 200 people that joined the fucking
bitch. I'm not white. I'm OJ.
But no, yeah, the suburbs. I mean, the suburbs. I can understand why people like that. If your priorities, are a certain way. Like, nah, fuck that shit, dude.
All right.
What about you, Chuck? Chuck, you kind of suck. We talk about this, but like your origin story is that you took a leap of faith and just assumed that New York would take care of you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. It doesn't really. I love New York City, but like the only reason I want to go home is to be with my mom and my grandma, and then like my cousin, who's more like a brother, just had his like second kid in 2 years. So like, I miss home. I miss home a lot.
Right, but you miss home from an emotional people standpoint. Like, you want to be in the city. You want to be in New York for all the other things that it offers.
Podcasting.
A job.
To be clear.
So it just offers any type of direction in your life.
Chuck, this isn't like a trap. We're not like testing you here.
But you wouldn't like if you lived in Tucson, like because your life wouldn't change that much. You can like game in Tucson,
Like you came to New York with nothing on the table, nothing lined up, like
land of opportunity.
Yeah, versus like the people that come here for jobs and they want to like fucking make millions and millions of dollars in finance.
Well, we want to make millions and millions of dollars in podcasting.
And we will. But Chuck, you were just like, yeah, I want to move to New York and just kind of like hang with like cool people and do cool shit. And I can't do that in Tucson.
Well, I wanted to do the podcast. That was pretty much it.
It's pretty specific.
I was like, yeah, the pizza and the bright lights are cool or whatever, but like,
I hate sleeping.
New York, the city of lights.
Yeah, sleeping's whack. No, but that's really it. Like, and a mentor of mine, Joe Grindstein, told me that I got to give him 10 years here before I even consider moving back. So I'm here for at least another 7.
Oh, you're at 3
years?
I just hit 3 August 1st.
Yo, congrats, King.
Dude,
that's sick.
What? You moved here after me?
Yeah. You were here for sure, Chef.
In August.
Oh, shit.
Damn.
I moved here like a month before you then. But
So Chef's like, I've been here for 3 years and 1 month.
I don't know, because you were already involved with the pod before I had moved.
Yeah, that's true. You replaced Jay.
Yeah. Well, right. He has been around for this longer. He's been a citizen of Throwing Fits.
When I came to New York, I was like,
resident.
These guys exist already, and then
Were you like that kid in the New York Times Magazine? It's like, oh my God, if I ever meet Jimmy and Larry, I know exactly what I'm going to wear. John Elliott shorts.
I know exactly how I'm going to murder them.
I say, James.
I'm going to fuck their dead bodies.
They're going to love me.
I'm going to wear their skin like a fucking Supreme coat.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Lawrence said, Lawrence was like, we're on the train, and he was like, well, now that I know that you're not a murderer, I'll like be your reference on like a job thing.
I'll fuck with you now.
All right. So the second of the two articles was this woman who basically fled New York. She's a writer. She wrote this piece in the New York Times. My question is, how did the Times find these people? She moved to Kingston, New York, which is like 2 hours upstate. And it was the usual bullshit. She's like, I wanted more space. I wanted more white people.
I'm gonna have kids. I'm gonna
get scary.
I'm gonna shit out some fucking dumb kids.
New York is scary. And now she's pissed that all these fucking COVID refugees are leaving New York and flooding Kingston. And she's like, I don't recognize anyone at the farmer's market. There's fucking housing prices have gone up. These gentrifiers, unlike me.
She moved there 4.5 years before
4.5 years ago.
Yeah.
It seems like she's pissed that these guys, and rightfully so, but it seems like she's pissed because she had to give up a lot of the benefits of her city life to live this life in Kingston, whereas all these people that are still reaping some of those benefits are now occupying.
This is how I felt when
it's also a classism thing, right? Like it's literally she a gentrifier is being gentrified, and she's experiencing what it's like.
She's like, I discovered this hidden gem. This is like how I felt when Hype started wearing needles.
When needles got gentrified,
I discovered needles. This was my brand. And now you're wearing these fucking track pants.
Here's the point. If the New York Times approaches you to ask you to give your opinion in print on anything, you say no. It's a fucking trap. And also, if you're the kind of person that's going to pitch this kind of story, then you deserve every fucking bit of wrath that is coming your way. Listen,
these stories are clickbait. These stories make
of course,
the rounds every 6 months. They always make the timeline fucking seethe and rage. Either the first instance of backlash, or the backlash to the backlash, or now the backlash to the backlash to the backlash, which is what this is. I love this shit. I love this game.
Have you been to Kingston? New York?
Yeah. Have I?
Yeah. Is it cool?
It's fine.
I've been to like Hudson and shit. It's just or whatever.
Dick Sucking Ron got married there. It's near DJ White Privilege's now permanent home.
DJ White Privilege loves Jamaican cultural appropriation. I'm not surprised to hear that he moved to Kingston. His crib is there. His crib is in Kingston.
Close. It's close.
Oh shit!
So I've like walked around. They have like
Clarks.
They have like Brooklyn-y coffee shops, and
Does everyone in Kingston wear Clarks?
Clarks me prefer.
Oh, that's the outro music, dude. Pop Clarks. Dude. Fuck yeah.
And so they have like all the trappings of like a fucking, charming little bougie New York, but it's just so funny that it's like the I Left New York essay has now evolved to the I Left New York, and now I'm pissed at the people that are leaving New York.
Yeah. It's pretty pathetic.
There's no end. Just white people tomfoolery. It's just incredible what people continue to do.
James and I, professionally speaking, our job is to make assholes out of ourselves week in and week out, right? These motherfuckers that write op-eds, I understand if you're an editor of the op-ed section and, you just want to die on, and you're Barry Weiss and you just need to die on a hill so that you can get a Palestinian professor fired. I understand that, but for this chick is she's a author of a cookbook with her husband. Like, why are you writing this? What are you doing? You're literally putting your
no clout is bad. All clout matters.
Bro, well, I understand that all press is good press, and you and I love to eat up a scandal. But what are you doing, woman? Why do you write this? This is
she's definitely gonna get a fucking book out of this, I'm sure. But I don't know.
Out of this?
Ban all op-eds. Ban all op-eds.
For real. This is just, do not dry snitch. Do not self snitch and it's absurd to me. The discourse the culture war is not that. This is a tweet, right? That's the thing, right? This is a tweet. This is not a 1,000-word essay in the Times real estate section, just so you can get your fucking
rocks off,
cloud off. Yeah. Anyway, that's how I feel about that. Don't fucking do it. Well, you and I will never do something like this.
No, never.
Never. Unless we need to.
Yeah. The $10 tier. Yeah. Shout out mybookie.ag. All right. All right. That is it for the boys only.
Cheer.
Hope everyone had a good time. Chuck, I hope we didn't get in the way of all your basketball. Jeff, good luck with the move, buddy. But
golf is good.
Motherfucking outro music. Golf is ass.
Good luck to Chef, and golf is good, man.
Golf is ass. Chef, that motherfucking outro music.